Okay, sir.
This call is now being recorded.
Yeah. Okay. Now I have started recording. So what we will do, I will share the screen. Uh, is it shareable? Okay. Kushal, just tell me whether you can see the screen or not.
Yes, this time.
Okay. Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So let's say I have created a new folder, and let's start with this method demo.java. This concept we will take, and then we will start. So let's say I'm having a class right, and over here we are having the static void main. This is our main method. We also know that what is main? Main is nothing but a thread. Main is nothing but what? A thread. What is thread? Thread is nothing but the process, sub process. What is process? Process is nothing but the program in execution, right? So this thing we have taken it, but again and again I have to tell that because this is very important. And over here, within the same class, we are having a method that we have seen called as method welcome. And over here, let's say print that this is welcome method, and this is a non-static method that also we know, and we are trying to call this using only this. So static method is calling non-static method, right? And this is what a checking point is, and here we got some of the thing that we are getting the error, that is static method cannot be referenced with non-static method. Non-static का मतलब क्या है कि this is non-static, right? Void, right? It's the void welcome, right? Void welcome. So it is returning is void, but this is non-static because I have not written the static. What is the meaning of static in Java? The meaning of static in Java is like this: it is attached to class. The method is attached to class. Now the question number one is who is calling main? Who is calling main? The main is being called by method demo class. The class is calling main. And why? How the class is calling main? Because the main method is static. That is why main is attached to method demo or main is attached to class. This is what is the thing that we have studied. Now over here, let's compile the code, and here we will get the some kind of error saying that see this error that we are getting, that non-static method welcome cannot be referenced with the static contents. So what we did it like this: static void main or the void static main, anything. Let's see. Yes, so you can just see I created the class. Now it is not giving me error. Why? Because now my method becomes static. It makes sense. My main method is static, so static is calling static. It is like this: the static method is calling static. It's fine to just run this particular class and you will get a welcome method. Fine, it's making sense. Now the actually the activity starts like this. So let's say if it is non-static, then what is going to happen? How we are going to solve? Oh, sorry. How we are going to solve the problem? This problem, that non-static method wala problem. So we know it. Let's say the main method is static. Fine. So what we will do? We will create an object. Create an object. So method demo m1 equal to new. So new is the operator. Method demo. Fine. And you can have the welcome method. You can able to call using this object. And now let's see whether can I call this by using object. Yes. So you are getting no error. Now if I run the program, then you should get a message. You got it. This is very important. If the method is non-static, how can you call the method? So you have to create an object. Okay. So let's make a theory like this. What is the theory? The theory behind is like this. I will tell you. Uh, Let me first open this unit. Okay. The this thing will be Fine. Let's say when I am running this program, so I know it. Aditya, can you see this? What I am drawing on the screen?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So generally, what happens, in any language, once you compile the code, once you compile the code, right, and once you are started running the code, once you are started running the code, there will be a two part in the memory. The first part is something called as static, right? And another part that is something called as dynamic, right? And we have seen what is the difference between static and dynamic. Static means what? I load the program. I load this class file. Class file. See, after compilation, I got a class file, right? Now I want to run this file. So what I'm doing? I'm loading this file in the RAM. I'm loading the file into the RAM. And once you are loading the file in the RAM, it is called as static runtime. So this is something called a runtime only. So ये पूरा runtime ही है, right? This is runtime only, right? So but runtime has got two parts. One is called as static, and another one is called as dynamic. So once I load this class file, this becomes a static part. So here actually the program is not running. I have just loaded the program. I load the program, and where I am loading the program, what is a part of this particular RAM? RAM का जो part है, what is the that part is called as? That part is something called as stack. Stack is very important, right? So class is calling main is calling welcome is calling another method called as println. It is something called a system call. One is calling to another, one function or one method is calling to another method, that method is calling to another method, that method is calling the parameters, so and so forth. So whatever you are calling and whatever you are returning, it is a part of stack. So stack is there. So stack memory is responsible where you are going to store this. What is the name of the class? Method demo. Fine. What is the name of the method? Main. What is the name of the method? Welcome. You can just, the class is calling main, the main is calling welcome, this is calling this. This is something called a push and pop. Right? Push means you whatever is there, you push it on the stack. And whenever it is required, you pop it. Pop it means you call the function, yeah, right? The calling is what? You are popping it. You are calling that particular method and then you executing in the part of the RAM. So that is the job of stack memory. Stack memory is very, very important. Very, very important. Right? Stack memory. And this stack memory is generally being there is in static runtime. Static runtime. Right? And now we call as a dynamic runtime. So once you are making an object, so let's say this is our heap memory. So now the memory is named as heap. Now inside the heap memory is in the dynamic, right? Once you are talking of the heap memory, the objects are being created in the heap memory. Objects are being created in heap memory, whereas the name of the method, the variable, the class, and everything is being stored in stack. It makes sense. There are two types of memories, the stack and the heap. Stack consists of the name of the methods, array, variable, so and so forth. Whereas the objects, once you're talking about the objects are stored in the heap. Now, let's say I created an object called as M1. So, where it is going to be created? It is created on the object called as object, right? Because we know it, there is a class called as an object. We've seen it is in the documentation, right? What is the root class? What is the root class in Java? The root class in Java is object, right? So object नाम का class है, वो जब भी हम लोग रन करते हैं प्रोग्राम तभी ऑब्जेक्ट नाम का क्लास उसका खुद का ऑब्जेक्ट बनाता है और वो ऑब्जेक्ट बनता है इन अ हीप मेमोरी. So let's say this is the object of a object class. This is the object of a object class. On the top of that, I am going to create my object. So my object is this. Fine. It makes sense. Now this is explicitly I have created an object inside a heap memory. Explicitly we have created. Explicitly यानी क्या? User ने create किया है. User has created that particular object. Now let's say even though I have not created the object, so will you say like this, there is no object of the class called as method demo? No, we will not say like this, because this class is going to be create an object over here, even though you have not created it. Even though you have not created the object, still method demo is going to create an object, and which is on the top of this object. What is the name of that object then? The name of the object is the same what you are treating as the class. Right? This class is very, very important. Now we understand this. Let's say if I'm saying M is the name of the class, M1 is the name of the object, and I'm saying new, and M is the name of the class. And what is this? What is this? This is called as constructor. This is called as constructor. Try to listen this. This is very, very important. This is called as constructor. So step number one, how this statement is going to execute. How this statement is going to execute. Step number one. Generally what happens, if you say like this, C is equal to A plus B. If I am saying C is equal to A plus B, what happens? First, A plus B is going to be take place, and after that C is assigned to this particular result. तो पहले राइट हैंड साइड वाला एग्जीक्यूट होता है, बाद में लेफ्ट हैंड साइड वाला उसको असाइन होता है. So same as over here. How this statement is going to execute at the end, at the right end, what is this? This is constructor. So by default constructor will be like this. If I put it in the syntax wise, it will be create like this: public void m, public void m, and empty bracket, curly bracket. This is a constructor is being created by whom? By JVM. Have you written like this? Public void m1 हम लोग ने लिखा है क्या? नहीं लिखा है, right? But internally, the Java virtual machine is being, it is going to create a constructor for us. What is the job of constructor? So number one, allocate the memory. Second one, initialize the variables. If now in this case there is no initialization of variables and nothing, but allocation, yes, allocation is there definitely. So constructor is being called. This is step number one. Step number two is new M1, new M. Step number two is new M. So what new is going to do? New is going to create a object. New is going to create an object. So new is an operator. New is an operator which is going to create an object. And where it is going to store? It is going to store in heap memory. Where this is going to store? This is going to store in the stack. So M is going to store in stack. New is going to create a heap memory. Right? Now you will say, what is M1 then? Because new is going to create a object. So what is M? M is called as reference. M is called as reference, or M is again called as handler. Where this M1 is going to store? M1 is going to store in stack. Again, it is in stack. Okay, the stack. No, you will say, no, why this column is being made? The stack is divided into two parts. This is called as the stack name, the name of the class, name of the method, and so on and so forth. And this is something called as stack frame. So I may write M1 inside this. तो अगर वेलकम के अंदर और भी एक वेरिएबल रहता था I, J, K, if I would have been used, then these variables I will write in stack frame. तो जो मेथड का नाम है उसके अंदर क्या क्या है तो स्टैक फ्रेम में लिखो. कंस्ट्रक्टर है, what is the name of this thing? So this is M1. So M1 is a reference. So M1 is not at all an object. So even though as a human being I am saying M1 equal to new M, and I am saying M1 is an object, right? But my dear friends, if you look at the programmer point of view, M1 is called as a reference. M1 is called as a handler. And where is my object? My object is already being there in heap memory, because right hand side वाला already create हो गया है. राइट हैंड साइड वाला न्यू ऑपरेटर ने ऑलरेडी मेरे लिए ऑब्जेक्ट बना के रखा है उधर. राइट नाउ M1 using m1. Now if I say m1 dot welcome, m1 dot so and so, जैसे मैंने इधर m1 dot welcome इधर कैसे लिखा है m1 dot welcome, how it is possible? Because these are stored in stack. ये stack में स्टोर किया है, इसके लिए वो ऐसा लिखा है, right? So m1 is a reference. So ये मेमोरी को रेफरेंस कर रहा है, रिफर कर रहा है वो. It doesn't mean that it is the name of the object. It's the name of the reference or handler. But as a human, as a user, you can say m1 is an object. जनरली हम लोग ऐसे बोलते हैं कि मेथड डेमो m1 इक्वल टू न्यू मेथड डेमो m1 is the name of the object, ऐसा हम लोग बोलते हैं, लेकिन वो एक्चुअली ऑब्जेक्ट है क्या? नहीं है. What is the theory? This is the theory. So step number 2 is this. Step number 3 is this. Step number 3 is this. M1. So let's write m1 in stack. And step number 4 is everything. Step number 4 is generally nothing but an equal to sign. ये equal to बहुत important है भाई. Equal to क्या करता है? Heap और stack को दोनों को बता देता है. So they both are linked to each other. That is the meaning of equal to. That is step number 4. So this is how this statement is going to do like this. This statement is going to execute in the 4 steps. Step number 1, step number 2, step number 3, and step number 4 is a equal to sign. So I will say that this equal to is nothing but step number 4. This is how my statement of this particular Java is going to be there. So now it's fine. Now this is what I want to discuss with you. The lot of things that I would like to show it to you over here was fine, right? But because this particular time problem, we could not exceed further because we have got again the lecture at 12 o'clock. Aditya Patil, is it the lecture is there at 12 o'clock or no?
Sir, cancel that.
Cancel Dala?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we will continue for again 10 minutes. Is it fine?
Okay, sir.
Okay, we have started with the method now, so that's why I think it is important for us to go ahead with this. So let's say this is an object we have created and we are calling this particular method which is non-static. Now let's say we pass the parameter. Let's pass the parameter. Over here I am having int x and int y. And in this particular method, let's say z equal to, or I will write here return. It will return me x plus y, right? So I don't want this particular statement. You can comment over here. I don't want this, so it will return me x and y. So if it is return me x and y, I should have the integer variable over here. Let's say int z equal to this, and I will write here system.out.println. The value of z is, and over here I will write z. Now it makes sense. Let's see whether I can able to do this program. There is some problem. Return x plus y. I think is it going to be what? Oh, sorry. I think over here it should not be void. It should be int. Okay. Again, it should be put it in the bracket because the syntax error will not give me the thing. Okay, Aditya, कोण येते का रे? The students are admitting.
Yes, sir. एकाला आता मेसेज केला की ऍड व्हायचं.
कांट एकदा तुमटुम किती वेळा वाचले ते? Let's see. Oh, sorry. The result is over here. M is over here. This is the problem. And I think what we will do before this, just look at the problem over here. This is a static method, and I am discussing about the non-static variable. I must initialize over here. And now let us look at the problem. I think here comma is not, comma it should be there. Syntax matters. Anything like Aditya, can you debug the error? I am returning over here, right? Welcome.
Sir,
हाँ बोल. बोल.
so nice.
Method welcome
Welcome
class
class method demo cannot be
cannot be
applied.
applied to the given types.
Right.
What's the reason behind it? Why it is not giving like this? Let me check. Tomorrow it should. Is there any syntax problem?
Sir, Z.
हाँ, बोला.
सर तुम्ही डायरेक्ट झेडला इंट इज इक्वल टू 0 हे केलंय, मग ते डिफाय हे कसं करणार, अप्लाय कसं करणार सर?
It's fine. I will just suitable method found string to int. Okay. The syntax error आहे रे, म्हणून तो प्रॉब्लेम आला. The class cannot apply fine. So adding it with this and z equal to this. Where I'm going to post. Extremely sorry. I have not passed the argument at all. How it will do the things. How it will work. आदित्य समजलं का? Yes. Now is it making any sense? See, I am having I pass the two parameters, right? So these parameters must be copied in int x and int y. Fine. Now what I am doing, I am returning x plus y. So I am making the addition, I am returning it. So whatever I am returning this particular method, it is going to be captured it in variable. So I should have z equal to m1 plus m1 dot welcome. Now as this method is not at all again static, so I have to call this using object. So that is why it is being asked. Now if I write like this, Java method demo, and now I'm getting the result, so it's fine. तो वो syntax का क्या issue था वो देखते हैं ना. Is what's the issue? I just want to print Z. I should not have any problem. हाँ problem है. Actually syntax का issue है. Syntax is there. So, due to many kind of error, let's find it out. Well, Grips for grips. Let's see. Java points. There is no comma, I think. There is no comma. Is it like this? I think error. But there is a plus sign is there. Let's check. Yes.
येस सर.
So I think माझ्या हिशोबाने इकडे कॉमा नाही आहे, इथे प्लस आहे. Correct. It's fine. See, because a
Yes,
lot of
sir.
things are happening, because I'm working in Dart, I'm working in C, C++, and so on, right? So syntax matters. The syntax थोडासा चेंज झाला तर काय घाबरण्याचं कारण नाही. Just go to the over here and just check, what can be the syntax, and you will get a syntax. So you don't worry about it, okay? So I think now it is. Have you got the program by the way? Right. So
Yes,
I will
sir.
explain again. I will explain again. In the static method, I have declared the non-static variable. Non-static variable is very, very important, right? And we created the object of this particular method demo class because our method is non-static again. I pass the two parameters 10, 20. So here I must have the two parameters whatever I am inputting, so it should be captured over here. Now instead of having a variable, one more variable over here, I am just returning the addition of these two. You accept it is in one variable and you print it. It's very fine. Now the thing goes like this. Now the thing goes like this. I will say method demo one Java. Now there will be a some something like is very important. Static. What a structure is should be. I have to write a structure is very important. Okay. Now the thing is, let's say I just declare a variable, right? I declare a variable. I have not initialize it. I declare a variable. Let's now try to print the variable. Let's now try to print the variable. The value of I is. Let's see this, and then let's say plus I. So let's see what is the error that it is going to show me. So there is no error. Now let's print the value. If the variable is non-static, I have not initialized it. What is the default value of I? What is the default value of I? Now whatever I am showing you, these are like interview questions. These are like interview questions. The people will ask you based on how much knowledge of you are having of Java. Java का आपका कितना knowledge है वो check करने के लिए students are actually joining in between. I think okay. So the knowledge of Java, if they are going to say, oh, I'm extremely sorry that this is going to be error because this was the previous file. This is my file. Yes, मुझे यही error expected था. I was just surprised कि अरे error क्यों नहीं आया? Right. The error is like this that variable I might not have been initialized. ये नॉन स्टैटिक वेरिएबल है ना, तो नॉन स्टैटिक वेरिएबल इज ऑलवेज यू हैव टू इनिशियलाइज योर वैल्यू, ऑलवेज यू हैव टू इनिशियलाइज द वैल्यू. दिस इज व्हाट इज अ one line. So one line, if you make a statement, what kind of statements are like this. The statements are like this. In in any static method, you cannot have the static non-static variable without initialization. So if I just initialize it with 0 or any kind of value, I will say 10. Right now, if I look at the program, yes, now you will not have any error. You will get a value. Method demo one. Fine. See, now you will get a value correctly. Why? Because the non-static variable I have initialized. I have initialized the value. This is important, right? This is very important. Now let's say if I create a static variable, static int I, and now I have not initialized it. Let's see whether this is going to be, this Java is going to tell me or solve me the problem or not. Yes, this is one more problem. I cannot declare the static variable inside static method. ये बहुत important है. So what I will do, I will cut it and I will paste it above this main method. I will put it above the main method. Now let's see. And again, I have not initialized it. I have not initialized the static. Just now see. Yes. So now over here, I am not getting any kind of error. So अभी देखो, static method is calling the variable which is static. But that static variable you cannot declare. You cannot declare inside the static. Static के अंदर static declare नहीं कर सकते. So आप बुला सकते. You can call the static, but you cannot declare it. ये बहुत important है. This concept is very important. Now if you look at it, what is the default value of this? What is the default value? Default value क्या है? Default value is always 0. One more statement. The default value of static variable is always 0. You need not to initialize it. Initialize करने का जरूरत नहीं है. Initialize किया, right? Then also it's fine. Let's see. I'm initializing it. Initialize किया तो कुछ. Is it going to be any error? No. So I will now run the method. Yes. So now you are getting 10. So see, during these 2-3 programs, what we have studied, थोड़ा सा changes ने बहुत इधर changes देखा है. What is being there, right? And how these are going to be there. First of all, हम लोग ने देखा कि अगर non-static variable है, again I'm telling, हम लोग के पास non-static variable है, तो non-static variable को मुझे initialize करना compulsory है. Then only I can able to utilize. Let's say treat this as a variable j, so that in one program only you will have everything. And now I am having here println the value of k is plus j, and now you run, right? So it is fine. It is fine, right? It's a non-static variable. Non-static variable you can declare it in static, fine. But static variable you cannot declare it in static. But you can call the static. You can call the static. So let's say if I'm having here j, which is outside the, not j, let's say k variable, which is initialized but which is outside the main, outside the static. Can I declare like this? First of all, non-static variable can I declare within a class, not within a method? So can I do it? Let's see. Again, you do the same thing, but now we are having k. Let's check it. Let's check it and just see whether it is giving me the error or not. Yes, obviously, like welcome method is non-static. How can I call this non-static? How can I call this non-static method within static? This is the question mark. So that kind of error I am getting. So obviously, if the variable is static, then only I can able to call it in static. If the variable is non-static method में उसको बोला. And non-static method is जैसे मैंने हम लोग ने लिखा था welcome. Fine. Over here we call that variable which is non-static. The k is plus k, right? And comment this particular line because it will give you the error again. Fine. You prove yourself that the non-static you can able to call within non-static only. ये non-static है. This method is non-static. So over here you can call, but over in static method you cannot call static. This is very important. This makes a sense, and this is very important. You have to look at all this concept. ये concept बहुत important है Java में. It's very important. And first program I have told just now told you, this is the program that we have seen. How can you pass the parameter? How can you pass the value? Now let's say if you are having the same thing as a static, fine, static. So why you require this then? Object. Don't require any object, right? So let's method demo.java. Yes, it makes sense. Now it is not giving me error. It is not giving me any error. Method demo or method demo. Fine. Why? Because I should not call this m1.welcome. Why? Because now I declare a method as static. If I declare a method as static, so I don't require any object. So even though I comment it, what is the use of m1? No use of m1 at all. Right? Fine. I can able to call this. This makes sense. Right? It is very important. And now there is again, if I am saying that the static method is always attached to class. So static method, this static method is always attached to class. Can I call the name using the name of the class? Can I call this? Can I call it like this? Method demo is the name of the class. Fine. So I am calling welcome method using the name of the class. Let's check. Let's check. Yes, it is possible. It's possible. And using the class name, you can also call the particular this particular method because it is static. You see, you are getting the result. This is also very important concept, right? So if even though I will not call, see, this is embedded within this particular class. The whole class is having this. The whole class is having this static method. Just see this. ये welcome method ये class के अंदर ही है, right? So whether I will call it by using the name of the class or without the name of the class, right? So I will make a comment and I will put it like this. So over here, even though I will not call using the name of the class, still my work is done, right? Still my work is done. Well, let's say if anybody asks me, if I'm making a statement that the static method is attached to class, how can I prove it? How can I prove it? So let's call this using the name of the class. The name of the class dot welcome. So if it is not giving me error, it means that welcome is attached to class. So this I have proved. So this is what you have to also prove. You have to make the values, right, of whatever you are doing it. Whatever you are doing it, you should know whether it is static, non-static, where I'm declaring, what I'm calling, what is the purpose, why I'm declaring the class, why I'm declaring the object, which is very, very important, right? Consider the example. I will select it. Let's create one more file. So don't worry, I will put all this program in my GitHub and I will share all these particular programs, whatever we are discussing. Let's say this is my one class. I create one more class. Right, class. This is the name of the class. Method demo. Method demo 2. Right. I want a method demo 2. And just see, whenever I'm creating one more class, only one class will have main method. Important. Number one point. Number one point is what? I am having main method, right? And the name of the method is main, and which is present in this particular class. My Java file name will be the name of the class where the main method is there. जो main method, जो class के अंदर main method है, वही class का नाम मुझे .java करके सेव करने का है. So let's say I am having here, I am having here the method demo 3. One more class. Within one file, I am having one more class, fine. And let's say I am having this particular class. Now here something like inheritance come into the picture. Inheritance, whether my the class, which is what I have declared over here, is it part of this class or no? Or how it is related to this particular class? How it is related to this particular class? So let's say over here I am having the method. The name of the method, let's say printing value, any kind of method like this. It does not make any sense. And over here I am having then system.out.println. So printing the value, any kind of this thing, printing value. I am not doing just a matter of this thing. Now in this particular program, I am having two classes, class number 1 and this class number 2. Right? As I told you, even though I am in one program, I am having more than 100 classes. Still, I will have only one class where I am having the main method, and that name of the class where I am having the main method, only I will save the file as it is. I cannot save this file now, method demo3.java. Please see this. Method demo3.java, I cannot able to save this file. I have to save the file where my main method is there. This is very, very important. Now look at this. That this particular class, right? I have to call this printing value, which is non-static method, but which is there in method demo3 class, right? So ये जो मेरा मेथड है, ये मेथड को मुझे बुलाने का है मेन में, right? So what I will do, I will cut this, and before this I will just write a class. तो मैं ऐसा करता हूँ, दिखने में भी आपको आसानी हो जाएगा, right? So what I have done, I am having the method demo is a class, method demo 3, wherein I am having the non-static method. Fine. Now this non-static method I have to call it within the main. Right, now the thing is method demo class एक है, मेथड डेमो 3 क्लास दूसरा है. हाउ दिस क्लास आर रिलेटेड टुगेदर. So now I have to write here extends method demo 3. Now if I write like this, what is going to happen? My method demo 3 becomes my parent class. My method demo 2 becomes now child class. Now method demo 2 is inheriting the property of parent class. यानी ये मेथड डेमो 3 के अंदर जो भी प्रॉपर्टी है, राइट, मेथड है, वेरिएबल है, whatever is there in this parent class, as a child class I can able to access. How can I access is important. And over here if I am saying printing value, this printing value is coming over here. I cannot call like this. Why? Because this is non-static and my main method is static. बराबर है. So what is going to be there? I have to call the object. So I have to create an object of this class. Method demo 2. M1 equal to new method demo 2. Sorry. ये क्लास का मुझे को ऑब्जेक्ट बनाने का, and using this class I am going to call this method. Let's see what is going to be there. So my class name is method demo 2.java. Yes, I'm not getting any error. Let's run the program. Method demo 2. Yes, printing a value आ रहा है. Yes, now it is proved that the method demo 2 is a separate class. Method demo 3 is one more separate class. But now method demo 2 or method demo 3 के, what is the relation between these two? Method demo 2 is extending the property of method demo 3. The meaning of this, the method demo 2 is now my child class, right? From where I am extending method demo 3. So my method demo 3 becomes a parent class, right? So method demo 2 can able to access all the properties which are there in method demo 3, right? So even if I am having the value, let's say I am having the value int x equal to 20. Fine. How can I call it? X equal to 20. Let's print the value in this child class. Println. If I say the parent value is, fine, makes sense. Now I have to call it using object m1.x. Yes, m1.x. And now if it prints, it meaning that, what is the meaning of this thing again? Yes. So I am getting this particular thing. I am executing the program. Yes, I am getting the value 20. So this x is a property of this class. Printing value is a property of this class. So these properties, these are the parent properties. I can able to access it in child, right? And only one word is there called as extend. And this is nothing but a single inheritance. I think in one lecture we have studied a lot of inheritances, right? Single inheritance, multi-level में क्या है? Child class है, is extending the parent. वो parent again is extending the parent. वो दूसरे parent का extend कर रहा है ना, right? So multi-level, वो उसका parent का, वो उसका parent का. Just imagine it's a multi-level. Now what we did, we did something called as a single inheritance. One child, one parent, one child. That's it, right? Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this particular whatever I have shown you? Now I will go to the question answers, right? Because इतना हम लोग डिटेल में जाएंगे आपको भी प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है. So anyone can ask me the question, like Aditya, Mayank, or anybody. Kushal, you have got any doubt? Or let's say talk about Mitali. Mitali आहे का? Mitali भुसे. मिताली आहे
Yes,
का?
sir. Yes, sir.
मिताली, कळलं का तुला काय मी शिकवलं ते?
हो सर.
काही डाऊट आहे का?
नाही सर.
See, you do it from your side. I am going to upload this video, don't worry. I am going to upload this video. You will have all the programs again with you. I am going to upload all the programs in GitHub, and GitHub का link है वो मैं आपके साथ share करेगा. That is also not issue. Okay, Sneha Jaswal आएगा. Sneha Jaswal is there.
Yes, sir.
You got whatever I taught you.
Yes, thoda thoda, sir.
थोड़ा थोड़ा. See, you should look at these programs. That's why I'm not taking in detail. At one time I'm taking only one concept. So at this moment, if you know the concept, what I have covered, let's say what I covered, you just make a point of it. Number one, I covered something called as static and non-static methods and non-methods, right? Static and
Yes.
non-static. Non-static यानी क्या? Static नहीं लिखा है, बस उसको बोलते हैं non-static. Then I covered something like the inheritance, which is very important. Okay, and in this inheritance we covered like single inheritance. Okay, so you may write a program for the multi-level, right? Multi-level का program आप भी कर सकते हो. We will do it. Don't worry. मैं बोल रहा हूँ आप कर सकते हो यानी सब मैं आपको पूरा का पूरा पढ़ाने वाला हूँ, right? And I am teaching you it in detail. What are the different combinations, right? Different combination कैसे सोचने का. See, generally programmer is it's something like you should be artist. Artist means what? Creativity, right? उसको imagine करना चाहिए कि भाई मैं ये इधर बुलाता हूँ, ये possible है क्या? ये non possible है क्या? Right? Whether if I am doing it, whether is it Java is giving me the way what I am doing it or no? This is what the level of thinking that engineer must have. You should not buy heart the program. You should not buy heart the program. Once you are becoming a developer, like if you are making a software for somebody else, you should take as a requirement. कि उसका requirement क्या है और Java ने मुझे क्या क्या दिया है, grammar क्या क्या दिया है, what kind of things I can do it. You should play with the the things which are given by the language, right? If you play with that particular things, then your thinking level will get different. All whatever we are doing it ना, it's all this is a creativity है. आपको भी creativity जैसे सोचना चाहिए. That's why generally I will not show the programs which I have already written it. मैं already program written किया है और मैं आपको खाली दिखा रहा हूँ. So I'm not doing it like this, because I'm just making the program in front of you, and if there is any error, how I'm solving it, that is also I'm telling you. That is very important. Okay, so ये दो बड़ा point हम लोग ने लिया. It's very important. Static, non-static, and the combination of how the parameter you can pass. We have also seen how can you pass the parameter, how can you return the parameter, right? So and so forth. Here also you can do it. Okay, suppose even if though it is parent child, you pass the parameter, you do it, you return the parameter, you check it over here whether it is getting or no, right? इसका आप लोग practice करो, right? Once you do the practice, then you will understand, right? Otherwise एक lecture में पूरा है ना run time lecture लिया 2-3 घंटे का, तो many concept that we will take, but that concept if I take it at once, then the students are not able to जैसे कोई स्टूडेंट बोले ना मुझे थोड़ा थोड़ा समझ में आ गया, तो थोड़ा थोड़ा ही आएगा समझ में. इट्स वेरी गुड. जो समझ में तो आ रहा है, that is very important, right? Once you will actually do hands on, आप खुद हाथ से करोगे तो ही मालूम पड़ेगा कि भाई ये कैसे वर्कआउट हो रहा है, right? How it is going to be there. So very important. See the concept. These are only the 3 programs, but ये 3 ही प्रोग्राम में बहुत सारे कंसेप्ट भरे हुए हैं और बहुत सारे कंसेप्ट हम लोग को लेने का है. Obviously we are now doing it in Java, right? Same thing, the approach is there in C++. Syntax difference है, बाकी everything whatever we are doing it same thing in C++ में. C++ में और नया कुछ नहीं है, यही चीज है. उल्टा what I am telling you, the Java is being inspired by C++. Inspired होके Java बनाया. C++ is what the C with OOPS, object oriented concept, and what we are learning is object oriented concept. Everything is becoming an object. Everything, so सब कुछ object में बन रहा है ना. Heap memory में क्या है? Object तो है. And without object you cannot do anything, because object is an instance of a class. And what is instance? Instance is nothing but a dynamic runtime पे ही वो instance बन जाता है. स्टैटिक में इंस्टेंस बनता ही नहीं है और स्टैटिक में आपका प्रोग्राम रन ही नहीं होता है. You have to run the program. You have to make an instance. If you are not doing an instance, who is going to do it? JVM is going to make it object. JVM खुद object बनाता है. वो object बनता है heap memory में. And in the heap memory there is a object of object class already present. Try to understand this fact. And if you try to understand this fact, then only you will come to know what is happening. What is happening inside memory. We have also seen the stack and stack frame. We have also seen the heap memory. The heap memory which is there in the dynamic content, the stack memory it is there in the static memory, static runtime. Both are the runtime. Static में static है. Now how can you call it? Calling of one method to another method. How it is possible? Because of the stack and stack frame. Without stack and stack frame, you cannot call to each other anything. These fundamentals are very important. We have also seen very important concept how this line is going to be executed. What is the meaning of constructor? How the new is going to be create an object? What is the meaning of reference or handler? And how this link equal to is going to join this particular two concept? This is also very, very important. So many concepts that we have taken today, but I will not go further because वो एक level पे saturation level पे अगर हम लोग जा रहे हैं तो then no, you cannot able to understand this. It will make the burden on